Penguin Random House Audio presents The Son of Mr. Suleman by Eric Jerome Dickey. Read for you by Dion Graham. For 38109, 38152, much love too. I am only responsible for my own heart. You offered yours up for the smashing, my darling. Only a fool would give out such a vital organ. Anais Nin. Two damaged people thrown together in a hostile world, doing their best. What else was there to life, in the end? Stephen Baxter, Proxima. I was too trusting, too naive. I felt like it was all my fault. It would take me years to accept what now seems obvious. Rape is not a punishment for poor judgment. Chessie Prout. I Have the Right to, a high school survivor's story of sexual assault, justice, and hope. So long as you remain blindly obedient to your own culture, other cultures would always remain as other cultures. Abhijit Naskar. Build bridges, not walls, in the name of Americana. Inside each story lives 1,000 more tales waiting to be told. Eric Jerome Dickey. Summer, 2019. The Secret Life of Pi. Chapter 1. When gods became bored in heaven, they walked among mortals. The stranger to my green eyes was dressed in a skirt with stunning embellishments and intricate tailoring that rolled her curves like a Chevy cruising Riverside Drive at sunrise on a Sunday morning. Her sleeveless blouse was on the same level. Voluptuous woman, thick hips, rounded backside, small waist, an impeccable figure to die for. An hourglass. About 5'9", without the 5-inch heels, she was akin to a movie star in a room of extras. Under her gravitational pull, a victim to the weight of her presence, I watched her as I engaged in conversation with my colleagues. She stared at this BMFM, this black man from Memphis, with the same curiosity. I was 31, 5'11", 180 on the scales, fully clothed, hair short on the sides, 6 inches of trendy pillow-soft kink from forehead to neck, a radical black man's mohawk. Skin a light ebony brown, the complexion that says sometime after the mass kidnapping in Africa, my ancestry, the bloodline of the first mathematicians, philosophers, kings, and Moors, had been integrated either voluntarily or by force. We were at an annual repeat of a Sybil Shepherd movie called Being Rose that popped off on Main Street at the state-of-the-art Halloran Center, an astonishing 39,000 square foot space big enough for almost 400 people and open to the public. It had an amazing theater, and the night was sponsored by the university along the Nile. UAN was my alma mater, and where I worked as an adjunct. By someone determined to take control of both my career and my life, I've been mandated to socialize. When the open event moved to the ultra-private reception at the Pink Palace Museum and Planetarium, we peeped at each other across the room. The UAN after-party was a high-priced, classy affair with plenty of alcohol and finger food, where they played Mark Cohn's hit song, Walking in Memphis, on repeat. I took in her amber skin and cute smile. She had dimples, those beautiful indentations, plus freckles and a pronounced chin cleft that gave her face symmetry. Wide eyes paired perfectly with pillow-soft lips, soup coolers painted dark with mystery. Simply gorgeous, beautiful enough to make it impossible to ignore. Her eyebrows were on point, but her lashes were an omen, 2 black butterflies confronting me each time I spied her way. I went to her, but not too fast, not with thirst. Introduced myself. Professor Pi Suleman, UAN. I'm Gemma Buckingham, from Brixton. She walked slowly, an invitation, and I moved with her at a snail's pace. Without preface, she said, Megan really is beautiful, ain't it? The stallion? Meghan Markle. Everyone is beautiful to someone, even a stallion. British humor touched American hip-hop humor, and we laughed. I asked, big fan of the Duchess? She beamed. I'm in America, Her America. I get to see how she lived. I get to see her world. There were murals and displays on Native American pottery, which spoke to us as we strolled with the crowd. She nodded in approval at pre-Columbian relics, the same with Clyde Park's miniature circus, then became interested in the fossils and dinosaurs, mounted animals. She took in our past in silence. For 30 minutes, she became a student. She wasn't interested in the displays on World War I and II, had no idea who the significant black Memphians were, but she read the identifiers for the history exhibitions that focused on the roles of song and cotton in my city on the Nile, tuned in on the exhibit regarding the changing roles of women. We paused in a living room with adornments from the 1920s. I continued talking as if we'd never paused the conversation. Said, Brixton? London, where American Meghan Markle moved, only to be ridiculed and treated harshly. Ridiculed? For being mixed race, as if that means subhuman. They've attacked her mother as well. I nodded. For being gifted with melanin. Incessantly, by the tabloids, battered on Twitter by racists, waves of abuse and harassment. Racism that bad over there? Not as blatant as here, but yeah, the West End is hostile. My sisters get charged twice as much to enter a bloody club. Some have had to change names to get jobs. I swear to you, it's unending. A cesspool of racism. Worse for Meghan than anyone. Being American has exacerbated the issue. I bet she regrets that choice, same as Princess Di did. What should be a fairy tale has become a nightmare. I feel her pain and depression. Had no idea. I stroked my soft beard. The nasty Thames is your muddy Mississippi. The transition was awkward, but her body language told me it was appreciated. Pretty much. You're landlocked here. You have the river, but it's not like having a real beach. Only a fool would get in those nasty waters. So sad you have to drive 6 hours to Dauphin Beach. We stopped moving, and I smiled a little more, fascinated. You grew up on a beach? No, but I could get a train from London Victoria to Brighton Beach in an hour. Still, we both grew up in port cities. Mine is over 30 bridges connecting East and West End. Yours has only 2. Yeah, the Memphis, Arkansas Bridge and the new bridge, the Armando de Soto Bridge. So, tell me about the university along the Nile. Wearing my best smile, I told her what made the UAN Pharaohs stand out was the main building, which cost $300 million and was a duplicate of the defunct glass pyramid that sat on the Mississippi. We had 15 to 30-foot-high statues of Egypt's pharaohs across the yard. How large is UAN? Sounds massive. UAN has about 22,000 people, 70 countries represented, 300 areas of study, 170 buildings. There are 60 statues of pharaohs, mini pyramids, and Egyptian hieroglyphics placed over 1,000 acres, which makes the campus a museum from end to end. It takes 20 minutes to walk the yard, she said. Wasn't there a terrifying incident at UAN a few days ago? Almost. We had word some racist was on the way. He'd posted his intentions on social media. He made it on campus. The active shooter alarm sounded and UAN was put on lockdown for a few hours. Our security had the racist cornered by the Little Pyramid until he surrendered. So you're famous? We were mentioned on CNN. Gemma Buckingham said, Everyone I passed seemed to be in little groups, whispering like it's a bloody secret. They talk so loudly, then whisper concerning certain topics, but they are bloody whispering louder than their regular speaking voices. Almost everyone in here uses their outside voices. UAN is a proud uni, so of course we talk about the attack by a lone wolf Southern fried terrorist in whispers, the way Southerners do all of their family's dirty laundry, she said. Also overheard campus police here are like the military in Israel. With all the campus shootings in the USA and with a couple threats directed at UAN for some unknown reason, the university thought it was a good idea to let the security company they had contracted go and hire the aggressive 6 to protect the students. They're a team made up of steroid-chomping men built like Arnold Schwarzenegger, John Cena, The Rock, Rambo, Lou Ferrigno as Hercules, and Popeye the Sailor. They are some mean motherfuckers, no doubt paid to be that way. She laughed at my descriptions. They mocked me. Motherfuckers? Pardon my French. In French, motherfucker would be enculé or enculé. Perhaps connard, couillon, or connasse.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?